Get on your grind, Shorty K.
I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it. See, it's diamonds in your soul, but you gotta dig a lot deeper. See, all of our minds been exposed, but I've been changing the frequency. Sending my prayers and affirmations, way past where them eagles be. What I learned in my returns is not all things you need to see. You gotta feel it, the negative talk, the negative thoughts, and you gotta kill it. I know that it's hard, and then it leaves scars, and then ain't appealing, but you gotta heal it. There's lessons in every little layer, but you gotta peel it. Cause the best way to get some air is removing your ceiling. Look, trust me, I know cause I did it. Hit rock bottom, looked around like, damn, what the fuck I do with it? I remember the levels and picked up my shovel and I started digging and digging and digging until I got dizzy. And trust me, the spirit been busy. I'm back and I'm paid and I'm busy. So feel like I'm acting the way that you get it. This is for back in the day when they just shit it. I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it.
Okay. Yes, Zersky, peace, love, and light. It's the God, Lord Christopher, the Living Survival Manual, and I'm back with another download straight from the cosmos. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. Why not start with yourself? Stay blessed, always finesse. Definitely trust the Most High's process, the truest keys to success. Hey, listen, man. I know I've been, away from doing my daily uploads, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I gotta keep it 1,000 with you. I had to take a mental health break, yo. Sometimes you need to step away from the internet. Sometimes you need to step away from giving your energy, so much energy out, so that you can, re-energize yourself. You feel me? Recoup on all that you have dispersed out into this world. And when I tell you I'm back, baby, you feel me? I'm back. I feel like Mayweather. I feel like Terrence Crawford out here. I feel undisputed now. You feel me? So thank you for everybody who has constantly been tapping in with me as well. Just checking on me, asking how I've been. To ensure that I'm solid out here. I'm solid, people. But again, sometimes you have to get into a space to where you sit back, you reevaluate how things are going, personal life, career, and you got to just do what's best for you. Find that peace within before you get back to action. So again, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and we back at it, man. We back like we never left with the daily uploads. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to do them more so in the morning or at nighttime. I like the nighttime vibes. Y'all let me know if y'all like the nighttime vibes or if y'all like the morning vibes. I'm probably start filming them later at the night. Um, New news. I do have interviews coming next week. We will have people just educating us on different topics and different things on the pod next week. I have 3 interviews lined up. One with a mental and physical health or life coach, you could say. One who is currently in political science, touching arms with those in politics out here in Virginia, and then another is a music producer who is actually looking to educate individuals properly, on how to build their brand in music, how to get their voice out, how to get their music out, how to stay in a good space when it comes to producing music. And getting your brand out. So I'm looking forward to those myself. I feel like it's gonna be very informative, very educational. I'm out of breath right now because I was doing some push-ups and stuff before I got active. But yeah, man, we back. We back. We are actually on day 43. Just picking up where we left off. We're on day 43 of the See Your Greatness podcast. Today we're gonna talk about, you know, how to boost our motivation. So today's topic of discussion is a motivation boost, right? Then we're going to tap into, of course, what the knowledge is of the day, with the season that we're in, day 33 of thought provoking questions, and then we're gonna end it out like as always with some words of wisdom and some new upgrades, some new things that we have been tapping into as far as like news, the world news, interesting things, interesting facts that we come across as we, just study different topics, different genres, and different scopes of life. So, without further ado, let's get into the vibes. Disclaimer, disclaimer. All right. The vibes here at SYG Studios are to motivate, educate, and enlighten our people to achieve greatness through seeking new ways to invest in themselves. Everything is high level: what we think, what we say, how we feel, and how we act. But before we even get into the energy, take the time to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We love engagement over here and understand that a village pushes the trend, not just one individual. Also, take the time to visit the SYG community via the link. You can also join us on all social platforms, book one-on-one consultations to obtain personal guidance, business resources. If you're a brand who's trying to start up, I assist brands with starting up, registering for your LLC, making sure that you register for your EIN, building like your social media content, creating websites, graphic design. If you want to take headshots, like I took the time to just learn different tools and skills so that I can be resourceful and valuable to individuals who want to be in the space. Learning how to build your own podcast. Like I pride myself on learning these skills and these trades so that I can educate you all on how to do it as well. Our aim is to not only grow the legacy, the brand, but reach at least 500,000 individuals who want, need, and are seeking the knowledge to live a more abundant life. Now, with all the information being provided, I do want to send out again a quick disclaimer. Please take the time to do your own research. It's very, very vital. My content is intended to be used for motivational purposes only. Practice, practice, practice. All right. Always do your own analysis based on your own current circumstances. Now, all together, all right. This is my favorite part. You already know the vibes. Now, all together, we're gonna step into our God body energy. You feel me? We're gonna put that protective, shield across us and step into our arena. We're gonna step into the hyperbolic time chamber so we can come out like Super Saiyans. You feel me? I've been getting big too. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I've been in the gym, but we're gonna step into our God body energy. We're gonna inhale peace, and then we're gonna exhale so that we can receive growth and ultimately see our greatness. I like to meditate again and get my breathing right. I'm talking a lot. You feel me? My wifey said I be chatting. You feel me? But this helps with focus. This helps with clarity. This helps you learn how to control your breathing so that you can essentially understand what the spirit is trying to say. That's what your breath is. But that's another topic. But we do this so that again, we can ultimately see our greatness. So let's go ahead and step into our God body energy. Go ahead and inhale peace. Exhale growth. Now see your greatness. This is what it is. This is the vibes. Today we are tapping in and learning about boosting our motivation. You feel what I'm saying? We're back reading our book, Level Up Your Mental Toughness Boot Camp book. This is something that I felt like, one, I wanted to read, but two, it was on point with the season that we're in as well. This book is on point with it. Uh, we are currently in the season of transitioning into again the last quarter of the year. Transition is just another way to say we are having to prepare ourselves to make a change. Yeah, see, I got the blue light in the background. That's the algorithmic color right now. You feel me? Blue is something that is signifying the energy that's going on right now within the world. It represents, in my opinion, the waves. It represents the ocean. And within that, we know that we also have oceans within us, water within us. We're 70% water from what scientists say, right? Um, as the energy shifts in the world and on the earth, on this planet, as the frequencies change, our emotions and the way we think about things, the way we operate in the world are shifting and changing, and we're transitioning in our spirit and our mind and our physical as well. And it can be challenging, right? It can be very, very challenging. However, this is the best time to do what we call shadow work, or do a deep diving into self, truly trying to understand and understand all of the things that are happening, um taking the time to respond to things, instead of reacting, because there are going to be consequences based off of what you do, and those consequences aren't necessarily bad. Consequences can be anything that consist of the work and the energy, or the energy and motion, your emotions, your thoughts that you put out within the world, within the universe, that you put within yourself, in your mind and your spirit, your subconscious, your conscious mind. It's going to dictate how your life is going to proceed in the upcoming days, upcoming months, years. You feel what I'm saying? So it's very, very important to tap into yourself and understand where you are right now, make a plan of where you want to go, and actively move towards those things. So we are currently in chapter 2 of this book, and in chapter 2, it's exercises that teach you how to set goals and boost your motivation as we go through this transitional season. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into chapter 2, and see what we can learn from this. All right, so goals and motivations go hand in hand. If your goals aren't motivating you, it doesn't matter how much time you spend on your strategy, you're likely to lose momentum. How does this fit in with building mental toughness? The overarching goal in completing these activities is to level up, right? And you can achieve that by strengthening the different components of mental toughness. Setting goals and staying motivated are the roots of cultivating emotional resilience, building grit, right? Maintaining patience and self control, increasing optimism, confronting stress, forging self confidence, improving self awareness, embracing failure, and honing attentional focus. Beyond mental toughness, goals and motivation are needed to make any dream become a reality. Even desires as small as staying hydrated or keeping up with dirty dishes require setting an actionable goal and staying motivated. This chapter offers simple but effective methods for using goals to increase mental toughness and get essential tasks done. You'll learn the importance of structure and routine, and how breaking down your goals into smaller, more digestible tasks can keep the momentum and motivation high. You would also celebrate these small milestones along the way, so you're more likely to stick to your goals and achieve the success you're after. Now, the key thing from that is the fact that it outlines how setting your goals increases a multitude of different things. But not only are you setting your goals, staying motivated, right? That motivation is key when it comes to cultivating certain things. And again, those things were emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is having the ability to push through your energy and motion. That's what emotions mean, energy and motion. Are you, you know, taking the time to push through that depression, to push through that anger, to push through that confusion, understanding that it's a temporary emotion. Like once you take the time to process it and just let it marinate a little bit, over time you'll be able to adapt to whatever situation is at hand or causing you to be in that energy, right? It also talks about building grit, you know what I'm saying? Maintaining patience and self-control. That is very, very key. One thing, I've been told my whole life is that I'm very what's the word? Not It's not impatient, but I'm very impulsive, right? Like I just like to do things, and that comes from not only, growing up taking risks my whole life because I had to, but it's like, well, if something has to get done, it has to get done. And I have to make that decision right now. In most cases, that's what I had to do. I had to make the decision right now because it could have been a life-changing situation. But when I realized that, I had to maintain self-control in certain situations or circumstances, that helped me see through my issues, my challenges, or my obstacles clearly. Instead of just taking one step to try to figure it out, I can go through a three-step process and it ends up coming out way better than I expected, right? So that's very, very key, man, in my opinion, that maintaining patience and self-control. Let's move on. So they're going into an exercise. So it says exercise one, align your goals and your values. How many of you actually align your goals and your values? Like we can have goals all day, but if it's not aligning with certain values, especially like me, I got core values. Like it's if it keeps you from being integral and integrable, if it keeps you from being honest, you feel me? Are you being innovative? Are you courageous in doing it? Are you allowing wisdom and knowledge to come in? Discipline, passion, like these are core values that I have written down. Does these things align with your values of holding yourself accountable, right? So let's go into it and see what they have to say about aligning your goals and your values. Exercise one. Personal values help you clarify your life's purpose. They're not something to achieve. Rather, they act as an internal compass and influence your choices. Values are simply the intangible aspects of life that are most meaningful to you. So again, like how I just listed off of, honesty and accountability and passion and wisdom, like those are things that I'm very, driven by, I'm very passionate about. And I honestly won't collaborate with anyone if it doesn't align with those things or if they don't align with those values of mine. Right? Values are simply the intangible aspects of life that are most meaningful to you. You can think of goals as stepping stones that move you towards your values. While goals may change, values are more consistent. Aligning your goals and values means that you're picking goals according to your internal compass, and you'll be more likely to stick with and achieve your objectives when they're aligned with your values. It's no coincidence that mentally tough people are so persistent and passionate. They choose goals that fuel their purpose. When the going gets tough, their values become their directives. They're motivated to make sacrifices because it will bring them closer to the person they want to be. And that's a fact, man. Like when I set a goal, like, and especially if it aligns with my values, like I go headstrong on it. Nobody can tell me any different about it. You feel me? I'm not gonna let anybody steer me away from it unless it's like truly hindering my growth. The people I'm trying to help, things of that nature. If it's truly harming us, that's different. But if I know that it's something that's going to be beneficial for my family, for me, for others in the community and things of that nature that I work in, like nothing's stopping me from that. And I have to be mentally tough to do that. We have to be mentally tough to do that. Take it to the next level. First, use the Know Your Values exercise in Chapter 9 to determine what your core values are. Write these down in your notebook. Then determine a few smaller short term goals and one or two bigger long term goals that are fueled by each value. Try to stick to one value at a time so that your attention doesn't get fragmented. These can be goals you've had for a while or goals that you are just coming to life right now. Here are examples. So here's a value: freedom. Freedom is a value for you, right? So your short term goal would be to land my first freelance writing gig. The long term goal will be to become a full time freelance writer. See, their value was freedom, not having, essentially being their own boss. And from what I'm, looking at, their goal was to land a freelance gig that got them on the journey to being a writer, right? And having the ability to set their own price. And then their long-term goal was to become full-time freelancer. No longer will they be, offering their energy and their time and their mind and their spirit to someone else. As far as like another corporation or anything of that nature, they start the journey of trusting their gifts, to trusting their skills, and opening up their own thing based off of their values. Another value is family. Short term goal to contact my parents once a week. A long term goal to build stronger relationships with my family. That's important. You feel me? Commit these value based goals to memory, or even better, write them out and keep them somewhere you can see them and start making choices that align with them. Exercise number 2, create a vision board. Me and wifey did that at the end of last year, and so far we've obtained everything that we put on that board, and it stemmed from us, having faith and confidence, right? But putting work in. Like, these are things that we wanted to achieve, so it's not just going to come from prayer, right? You have to put work in. You actually have to get out here and diligently move, and progress towards all that you desire. Like, for instance, I wouldn't have been able to get those 3 interviews for next week if I didn't take the time to one, talk to the people. You know what I'm saying? One point in time, there were people that I didn't know. So I ended up holding conversation, learning, studying in these different individuals that I study, and learning how to actually hold conversations, finding a piece within a person that I can relate to, or something that I can see that they're very passionate or inspired by, and use that to start a conversation. In doing so, I was able to meet, some fantastic individuals, and now I have the ability to have them on my show. All because I had the value of saying, like, I want to meet like-minded individuals. Like, to be around like-minded individuals is a value of mine. My goal is to meet 2 to 3 people a week. I've been doing that. That's my short term. My long-term goal, like as I stated in the beginning of the podcast, is to impact at least 500,000 to millions of individuals who want, need, and are seeking, knowledge on how to live a more abundant life. You feel what I'm saying? Everything aligns. But again, you have to have the values, have the goals, but don't just have them written down. Put some work in. Exercise 2, create a vision board. All successful companies have a clear vision of what they most hope to achieve, a larger purpose that provides direction and inspires and motivates their workforce. Without this foundational piece, they might get stuck. Without this foundational piece, they might get stuck. Wasted resources, low morale, and unclear objectives could result. The same is true for your life. How can you achieve your biggest dream when you're not clear on what they are? Just like a company's vision, this larger picture for your life can bring clarity and help guide you to make the best choices that align with your highest self. Having a vision will not only breathe life into your goals, it would also make it that much easier to get back up after a disappointment or setback. If you don't have a life vision, it's time to get clear on it. Through thought provoking questions. Hey, I didn't look, I ain't make it up. It's in the book. Through thought provoking questions, you'll discover that what you're striving for in your life, a visual depiction of this future will help you keep it in mind. You see what I'm saying? That's why I ask thought provoking questions, because I want to kind of gauge, like, where you are in life. You feel what I'm saying? How these questions can spark something within your mind that you may have even thought about. That's what got me on my journey to, like, learning and wanting to educate and be more knowledgeable. It's like, yo, there's so much in the world that I'm not an expert on, but I would love to know as well. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I ain't say it. She said it too. Thought provoking questions is a banger. Take it to the next level. For this exercise, you can either create a traditional vision board using photos, pamphlets, magazines, and a cork or poster board, or create a digital vision board online or through a phone app. Whichever way you decide to do it, this project can be a fun and creative source of motivation and goal setting. The first step is to get clear on your vision. Focus on the big picture. Think of the long term, significant goals that resonate with your values and get you energized and excited. What does your ideal life look like? Y'all should answer that. What does your ideal life look like? For inspiration, answer these questions in your notebook. All right. And here's some questions that you can write down. I hope y'all got a notebook because you need to be taking notes. You feel what I'm saying? That's the only way you're going to be able to remember. Don't try to keep it in your head. That was one of the biggest mistakes I ever made. Trying to keep it in my head. Oh, I remember. No, you won't. What matters to you in life? That's the question. What matters to you in life? What are your hopes and dreams? What are you passionate about? What are the greatest things you wish to accomplish? What do you want to contribute to the world? What would bring more happiness into your life? What does your dream career look like? What skills do you want to learn? What kind of people do you want to be surrounded by? What kind of relationships do you want to have? Where do you see yourself in 10, 20, 30, and even 40 years? And how do you want people to remember you? Those are some dope questions. I'm actually going to answer those myself. I'm going to write them down and I'm going to answer them myself. Next, look for visuals that represent your goals for the future and place them on your board. For the traditional version, you'll need scissors and adhesive to attach the images to your board. Online and app versions will have plenty of visuals to choose from. Include any positive affirmations that will help you reach your goals. See the use positive affirmations exercise in chapter 6. That's why I say get this book as well so that you can see these exercises that they have as well. Because I don't want to just skip through it to go through those. I want to, thoroughly read it. Simplicity goes a long way here. You don't want to overcrowd your board and lose focus on the big picture. To get the full benefit from your board, put it somewhere you can always see it and purposely take a look at it often. Now, I heard a lot of people say that vision boards don't work, things of that nature. Yes, they do. Yeah, you could put it on the vision board of everything that you want, but are you again actively moving towards those specific goals? Wifey wouldn't have got the car that she wanted if we didn't go to the lot, if we didn't actually go take a look at some of the cars that she wanted to look at, and that one in specific. The one that she put on the board, literally within a couple of months, she got it. Because it not only came from her vision of what she wanted, but she actually started putting work in to achieve it. Same with me, same with my podcast. I had a vision for it. You feel what I'm saying? Before it got to what it is now, I had it in my mind, then I sketched it out on paper. You feel what I'm saying? At one point in time, it was a different name, and then one day through a meditation, God gave me this See Your Greatness Studios, and I felt that fit me more. And now we're here. You feel me? So take that vision out of your mind, make a blueprint of it, and then actively move towards accomplishing that. All right. Exercise 3: beat procrastination in 5 minutes. So it's going to teach us how to beat procrastination. Procrastination, bro. That's one. That's a demon, boy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it'll turn in. I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow it'll turn into 3 months. Procrastination is a demon, yo, and you need to tame that thing for real, for real, for real. What's the difference between someone who's mentally tough and someone who isn't? For one thing, mentally tough people don't sit around and wait for inspiration or the perfect circumstances to get stuff done. They use proven strategies and habits to boost their motivation and achieve their goals. Generally, motivation comes from a sense that you'll gain something in the end, whether it be intrinsic satisfaction or an external reward. Since you know it's going to take a long time to accomplish that big goal of yours, your brain might resist initiating action toward it and instead procrastinate with more immediately satisfying activities. It gets even worse because the more you feed the procrastination monster, the more anxious you feel about putting off the work. I told you. The more anxious you feel about it, the stronger the urge to avoid it. I've been a victim of procrastination before, and again and again, I tell you, it is not the wave, it's not the move. Next thing you know, you go from being 27 to 34. You feel what I'm saying? I'm turning 34 this year, and it's like I knew what I needed to do, but I'll do it tomorrow. I do it tomorrow. I do it tomorrow, and I don't get it done. And then sometimes it gotta give you something, and you don't use it. And then in that next month, in that next couple of days, he'll give that energy or he'll give that message to somebody else, and they use it. And just because they listened to their gut, they listened to their mind. You feel what I'm saying? Like they listened to themselves. It became a success. Don't be that person. All right. When you're procrastinating any goal, you have to make it easy. Get started. When you're procrastinating any goal, you have to make it easy to get started. The best way to do this is to relieve some of the pressure. Instead of thinking that you'll only feel a sense of satisfaction once your goal is completed, decide that it will be a great accomplishment just to start it. Once you finally begin, you'll feel good about yourself and you might even have some fun with the task. All right, take it to the next level. Follow these steps to beat procrastination in 5 minutes. Put a substantial goal that you're having trouble initiating because it feels overwhelming. It may be that you have to reorganize your entire office or go through all your clothes and donate what you don't need anymore. Number two, set a timer for 5 minutes to work on that goal. It can be planning or physically taking action, absolutely anything that will contribute to your end goal. And then number three, you've accomplished your goal of getting started. Pat yourself on the back or give yourself a reward, whatever works for you. You may notice that when the timer goes off, it feels easy to keep going and you don't want to stop. You've already done the hardest part and you may be feeling some momentum from your progress. If this happens, then keep going. Use this exercise as often as you need whenever you have whenever you're having difficulty getting started with a goal. All right, and I think last but not least, let me see. Yeah, we're gonna read this last one. Yeah, we're gonna read this last one and then we're gonna stop here for the reading of the day. So, exercise 4: design your environment. Your surroundings help shape your behavior in a big way. Mentally tough people know that in order to maximize their chances of success in anything, they need to operate in an environment that is conducive to achieving results. This is especially important at the beginning. When you're trying to form a new habit for success, such as eating healthier or working out every day, are you set up to succeed, to stay in it for the long haul? Whatever your it may be, whatever it takes that you're striving toward, find the path of least resistance. Tweaks to your environment can make it easier to get started when you're lacking motivation, and they help you to get things done with consistency. This is how you take it to the next level. In your notebook, create a chart like the following one. Identify any habits that you're trying to develop or goals you're trying to achieve. Is your current environment supporting or hindering your success? Consider what might be negatively influencing you in your physical space and come up with some creative tweaks. Make it incredibly easy for yourself to make decisions that are aligned with your goals on a regular basis. And I don't know if y'all can see that. That's the little chart right there. Y'all can take a screenshot of that or whatever. But the chart says desired habit or goal on one side, and then it has environment tweak on the other. So the desired goal or habit is to stop binge eating junk food. So the environment tweak that they did was remove all junk food from the house. Another one was practice guitar regularly. That's a goal or a habit. The environment tweak was keep a guitar visible in a prominent spot in the living room. Another one was control portion sizes. The tweak use smaller plates. And last but not least, it had in the example was go for a jog every morning. Place running shoes and gym clothes next to the bed before going to sleep was the tweak. Get to work on these changes and keep mental or written notes of any improvements due to these tweaks. All right, that was a good one for today for a motivation boost. Our next read is going to be exercise 5, where we dive into aiming for incremental change. Um, so we're gonna discuss incremental change, and again continue how that can help boost our motivation and things of that nature. We should finish that, and then the episode after that will be us discussing how to cultivate emotional resilience. So I'm gonna definitely be looking towards that. So y'all leave down in the comment if you enjoyed that read. You feel me? Before we, finish off, let's go ahead and get into our new upgrade of the day. New upgrade of the day. Let me get my keyboard here. Let me go to my handy dandy favorite site right quick. See what they got up here. Y'all let me know if y'all enjoyed that read again, man. I feel like it was dope. All right, let me where is it at? Share my screen. We're gonna do right here. Share. All right, so let's go up here. This is one of my favorite websites to get, our culture news. Um, Urban One announces new development for 52. I think I found something I wanted to look into. I'm very inspired by like black business and seeing us, build projects and doing things for our community. I'm a huge fan of Earn Your Leisure. Their podcast is amazing. They educate us a lot on financial literacy and things that are going on within the world. They just had the Invest Fest not so long ago. Diddy pulled up, invested 1 million into their brand and into their business to invest in, help others out as well with learning about investing and creating projects. So a lot of things have been happening. The question is, are you looking? And with me wanting to build and own and have projects and developments myself, when I see news like this definitely motivates me. So Urban One announces new development for its $562 million project toward becoming the nation's only black-owned casino. Okay, all right, I got that's a vibe. I'm not a huge gambler, but I get it. There has been a new development for Urban One Inc.'s $562 million project. This is in Richmond. I knew something big was coming out here. That's crazy. Okay. So this has been a new development for Urban One Inc.'s $562 million project in Richmond, Virginia. The Washington Business Journal reports that the black-owned media conglomerate, alongside its partner Churchill Downs Inc., has given a new name to its casino, Richmond Grand Resort and Casino. Initially, it was named the One Casino and Resort. Additionally, the new look of more modern architecture for the Richmond Casino was unveiled. The outlet details. The changes have come around 2 years after the project didn't get the green light for Richmond voters. That's crazy. I know why. The project was worked. The project has worked its ways back to the ballot this year after surviving fierce opposition from some Virginia lawmakers and efforts to get nearby Petersburg a casino instead of Richmond. I can understand that too. The outlet explained, more recently, it survived a challenge from a nonprofit that hosts charitable gaming nights at a local bingo hall. However, it is still set to approach a voter refer, referendum in Richmond. While updates have been made, Richmond Grand Resort and Casino still includes a 250-room hotel, a 3,000 seat concert venue, media production studios for Urban One, and a 55-acre public park. Urban One Inc. project, Urban One Inc.'s project is claiming to bring in around 1,000, so 1,300 permanent jobs. Along with supporting people with employment, it estimates that it will make 30 million in annual tax revenue for Richmond, as well as 16 million in charitable contributions over the next decade. Back in 2021, Alfred Ligon, Urban One CEO, estimated that the casino could potentially rake in 100 million in new revenue for the company. According to the outlet, the company made 484.6 million in net revenue in 2022, almost a half a billion. As previously reported by Afrotech, Liggins aims for the casino to make history in the U.S. Our proposal is unparalleled and cannot be matched, Liggins said per WRIC. We would be creating the only black-owned casino in the United States of America. Perhaps more importantly, our project will be very diverse and inclusive. Bruh, that's tough. I really do like this. And it was funny because I was just talking to a couple of brothers about something new coming here, like right not around the corner from me. They're building like a what is it, like a Lego land. And for some reason I knew something was coming because they were building more lanes in our community. Like it's now like a three on both sides, like a 3 lane highway type of thing going on. And I'm like, yo, something's coming out here. So for me to see this, development in this project, in the place that I reside, like that's dope. I think it's very inspirational and motivational for me, and things that I want to build for the community, especially with me wanting to open jobs. I'm not going to do it in the casino sense, but there are projects that I will be working on, and this inspires me, man. This motivates me, and I can't wait to see what comes of it. I really can't. I really can't. So that's a vibe. Again, that was reported from Afrotech, and that was written by, because I like to give the writers their their roses. That was written by Ngozi Nwanji, Nwaji. I think I've read a few of her articles before. She's really dope on uh, bringing these stories out, and she's from Silver Spring, Maryland. That's funny. My father-in-law lives there, so that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. All right, let's go ahead and move into the last two segments of the night. Uh, One of my favorite parts: thought provoking questions. 100 thought provoking questions. These are questions that I would ask like the 1% to 5% entrepreneurs who are in positions or who have mastered the craft, on how they got there, how they give resources and information back to those who are trying to be in their position, and ultimately assisting all of us with seeing our greatness, right? And you can answer these questions yourself as well. I definitely highly encourage it. I answer them during the pod, because we are going to be in that percent. Whatever percent we feel like we want to be in, we're going to be there. You heard? So let's get into it. Today is day 33. Day 33 of 100 days of thought-provoking questions. And we have, what are your thoughts on work-life integration versus work-life balance? What are your thoughts on work-life integration versus work-life balance? Let's actually go ahead and define. I know what work-life balance is, but what's like work-life integration? And I had typed this in earlier. So I've typed in, what is work-life integration versus work-life balance, right? And work-life integration and work-life balance are two different approaches to managing the relationship between one's professional life and personal life. One, a work-life balance. Work-life balance is the traditional approach aiming to strike a clear separation between work and personal life. It suggests that individuals should allocate specific, distinct amounts of time and energy to each domain to maintain equilibrium. This might mean working during certain hours and then completely disconnecting from work during non-work hours. Work-life integration is a more flexible approach that acknowledges that the boundaries between work and personal life are often blurred, especially in today's digital age. Instead of strict separation, work life integration encourages individuals to find ways to blend aspects of work and personal life to achieve harmony. This can involve telecommuting, flexible hours, or finding ways to incorporate personal activities into the workday. In essence, work life balance seeks separation and distinct boundaries between work and personal life, while work life integration encourages a more fluid and adaptable approach, allowing elements of both to coexist. The choice between these two approaches depends on an individual's preferences, job requirements, and personal circumstances. I would like to say I'm 50-50 on that. Like sometimes I like to integrate my work with my life, and sometimes I don't want nothing to do with my coworkers, my colleagues, or nothing outside of work. Like I want to be on vacation. I don't want to be checking emails. You feel what I'm saying? I want to be away. Like how I had to step back and take a few days away from doing podcasts is because I needed a mental break from work. Though I love doing this, sometimes again it's draining. It's very, very draining. Not in a bad way, but I have to recoup myself because I'm giving you guys a lot of my energies. I gotta go plug myself up to a charge. I gotta go get my rest. You feel me? I gotta start meditating more. I'm working out, exercising and stuff like that more. And sometimes I just need time to myself to where I'm not exhausting everything out. Like I know I have a lot of knowledge in here, but doing something 80 every day for until we stopped, we were 43 days in. 43 days, you feel me? Every day I'm putting this bright light on and things of that nature. It's draining. Right? So sometimes I don't want to work and have, that in my personal life. So I'm 50-50 on that. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about um what is it? What are your thoughts on work life integration versus work life balance? Dope podcast, man. Dope podcast. And with that being said, man, we're done. We're gonna get out of here with some words of wisdom. Some words of wisdom. Let's go ahead and get out of here with some words of wisdom. The words of wisdom of the day is the only way to do great is to love what you do. No, we already did that. We already did that. I'm looking at another one. Believe you can and you're halfway there. I like that. Believe you can and you're halfway there. That's by Theodore Roosevelt. Um I trust in that statement. If you can believe and understand that you can do something, you're already halfway past the battle because that's where it starts. It starts in your mind. Everything starts with your emotions and your thoughts and things that your feelings, right? A lot of people say that you shouldn't be in your feelings. I wouldn't say that you shouldn't be in your feelings, but you need to understand that your feelings are your deepest emotions. Those are your deepest thoughts. So learn how to, maneuver through those things and understand also whether or not those deep thoughts or those deep feelings are yours. Because sometimes you can allow another person's thoughts and energy to leech onto you and attack your spirit and manifest and become you, but it's not. So yeah, man, that was a good word of wisdom. Believe that you can and you're already halfway there. And y'all already know the vibes with me. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. Why not start with yourself? Stay blessed, always finesse. Definitely trust the most high's process, the truest keys to success. And I love y'all. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't hesitate to also go follow my other channel, SYGS.worldwide. On that channel, I'm more fun. You feel what I'm saying? I like to do things that I enjoy, play video games, sometimes go to the basketball court and shoot hoops with the kids in the community. Just make it a more interactive channel and invite you to things that I'm interested in. Like I'm very interested in playing Madden 2K. I think I'm about to cop MLB because just recently I got inspired to get back into baseball. I was a huge baseball fan when I was a kid. Watching Ken Griffey, Barry Bonds, and all of them. Like back in my day, it was like Ken Griffey, Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, Cal Ripken. Who else did I used to watch? Like those were my favorites. So uh now I want to get back into it, so I'm gonna probably download that game too and play up there. I do want to do reaction videos, but YouTube sometimes be copyright, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm trying to get paid from this energy. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to get reciprocated for getting views, getting subscribers, and giving out knowledge and education. Though I'm giving it to you free, however, I want to be compensated for it. I got a family to feed. But nah, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to hit the link. And yeah, man, we're gonna continue to turn this up, yo. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully, I know I'm gonna be out of town this weekend, so I'll try to record a video while I'm out. If I can't, though, I'll definitely see you guys on Monday, where we'll start the first interview, and that interview will probably either be out later that night on Monday, and then we have another one Tuesday, and then another one Wednesday, and we just gonna keep the ball rolling. So again, I love y'all. I thank y'all, but y'all tied in. All right, yes, Zersky, we out.